Hey, my Married at First Sight fans, we are back once again. It is season 16 and we gotta talk about it. First, we have our singles telling all of their family members that they're getting married in 2 weeks. We have a crazy last night of freedom for one of our singles, and then there's the beginning of one of the couple's wedding day. Welcome back to Romance Review TV. It's Lady T. I got another recap for you guys. Married at First Sight, season 16, episode number 1, Marry Me in Tennessee. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and unpack this episode. So, Married at First Sight is kicking off a whole new season. This is season 16, and we got a set of singles that's embarking on this whole social experiment of marrying a stranger at first sight. We already talked about and unveiled our 10 singles, and we have our 5 pairs: Kirsten and Shaquille, Dominique and McKinley, Nicole and Chris, and Jasmine and Eris, and Gina and Clint. And as usual, we get a little bit of a perspective of who these couples could be once they come together based on what the experts decided to do. So we're going to break down all of the drama, so let's jump into it. So, first of all, we're going to talk about meeting and telling the family and friends. And Kirsten is the first to share news with her family that she's going to be getting married to a stranger in 2 short weeks. And the well-educated real estate agent admits that she's been picky about men in the past, but she's ready to settle down now. And of course, upon hearing the news, Kirsten's mom is hopeful she'll find love through this experiment. Meanwhile, her future husband, Shaquille, tells his friends about his impending wedding and notes that after having life-altering car accident as a child, every step has led him to this point. As for Dominique and McKinley, with McKinley, he is a self-professed introvert and he's ready to settle down with the support of his friends. However, as for Dominique, she enjoyed night outs with the girls and is extremely close with her single mom who signed up for the experiment. However, needless to say, she got her family and friends' approval over her upcoming nuptials. And she is done with F-boys.
Adios, boys. Adios, boys. Bye. Hasta luego.
Now we got Nicole and Chris. Now when Nicole tells her group of pals about her wedding, they are totally surprised. But the self-proclaimed bitch with the heart of gold, who is originally from New York, she is determined to make this marriage work. Now, thankfully, the love she has for her dog aligns with her future hubby, Chris, who has a couple of pups himself. Now, while Chris's friends are taken by surprise over his announcement, and although he's never lived with a woman before, the future husband is hopeful that he'll find the kind of relationship he's been waiting for. Then there is Jasmine and Eris. Now, Jasmine, who is a pageant queen and coaches cheerleading for a living, telling her family together they were excited about her news. But Jasmine's desire to find a committed husband could prove problematic if Eris's cousin doesn't think he's capable. And speaking of Eris, when he meets with his family, he meets the most resistance after sharing their planned marriage news, especially his cousin, who doesn't believe that he's ready for the kind of commitment that this entails.
Oh, why are we here?
I'm getting married in 2 weeks.
To who?
I don't know her yet.
They actually found you somebody.
Yes, they found me a match.
I don't know. This is a little over the top for someone who I feel lack a lot of experiences in traditional relationships. Just go from playing the field out here to be getting married in 2 weeks with someone that you absolutely know nothing about. Like, it just ain't really extreme to me. Eris should walk away now. I just really think that he's ready for everything that comes with the marriage. Don't do this.
We actually had one other couple from our past who is an awesome alumnus of Married at First Sight, who had the same kind of reaction from his family, which was Woody. And almost 3 years married later, and they got a new baby boy turning a year this year. Yeah, that doesn't mean anything. Sometimes people are ready, even though the family and friends might not think so. Which finally leaves us with Clint and Gina. Now, Gina is a salon owner. The girl is driven. She's a businesswoman who is drawn to spontaneity. And her mom and friend are excited about her wedding news. Whereas Clint's buddies are surprised, but they're still supportive of his upcoming marriage. And he is an avid sailor and adventurer. Clint hopes that his bride is aligned with his go-getter lifestyle as he is. And some people are already kind of connecting him and describing him as Mitch from last season. Okay, so now let's talk about all of the singles now meeting up. So getting a taste of what the experiment is going to be like, both the men and the ladies meet separately as they discuss the big day. Now, immediately, Nicole established herself as a transplant, and she is not a Nashville native like the other women. That difference becomes even starker when she brings up how she can be a little bit much and that she's hoping to implement a safe word like pineapple into her marriage so that her new husband can tell her when he needs a break. Meanwhile, during the separate meetups, Shaq and Kirsten established how important looks are to them, while McKinley shares that he would be willing to put out, of his comfort zone or get out of his comfort zone. And the real goal is to settle down, have some kids. Shaq and Kirsten both share similar sentiment during the conversations. Things got a little judgy when the topic of sex comes up as Nicole conveys how ready she is for her honeymoon. And her future husband, Chris, reveals that he has not had sex in a year, to which, of course, Eris is shocked. Both Eris and Clint reveal that they have had sex as recently as 2 weeks before the meeting. So, I don't know, with this new information, will it have an impact on their marriages moving forward? Hey, it remains to be seen. So then we had our singles go dress and tuck shopping. Kirsten and Shaquille go with friends and family to select their wedding day outfits. After trying on some gowns, Kirsten, friends, and mother can't help but fawn over her dress of the choice that she had, which has a flapper influence to it. On the flip side, Shaquille has a couple of his students join in on the excitement as they guide him into choosing a dark green tux instead of a basic regular black tux. Now we got to talk about these bachelor and bachelorette parties. Both the men and the women enjoy some very saucy entertainment as, male and female strippers dance for them and their guests. Dominique is especially flirty with one of the entertainers. However, on the flip side, Chris is ready to fall in love. And as for Nicole, yeah, even though it seemingly conveys that making the marriage work is the only possible option and outcome, but yeah, they got pretty interesting at their parties.
The fact that I'm having a bachelor party because I'm getting married at first sight, amazing.
I volunteer to strip you.
Nicole is ready for a good time. Like, I was ready to get down and have fun. Homegirl's ready.
Everybody's in this because they want it to work. Because we've exhausted all these options. Nothing's working. The day that I was picked, I deleted the apps. And honestly, it felt good.
See, I put mine on snooze. I ain't deleted it. It's sleep. Chris ready, man. He is ready. I hope wife is ready to fall in love day one, because he's ready. If his wife is watching this, Chris loves you already. Chris ain't even met you, and Chris is in love.
I licked a stripper's abs, but honestly, I'm not sorry because I'm still single.
Okay, so the first wedding day has arrived. Shaq and Kirsten begin prepping for their big moment. Now, Shaq gets emotional during a conversation with his friends, and Shaquille is comforted by their presence as well as his grandmom, who gives him a big old hug before he eventually walks down to the altar to wait for his future wife. As for Kirsten, she's nervous when she can't get a hold of her mom, who isn't answering the phone. And, top it off, she's upset that her dad has chosen not to attend because he doesn't want to adhere to COVID policies. Now, the idea that Kirsten's side of the wedding could exclude both her parents, oh, she's afraid of that. But thankfully, her mom does show up while all of the hair and makeup are being done. Just as she and her bridesmaids make their way to the location of the ceremony, we see Kirsten grab her brother's arm as he prepares to walk her down the aisle. And you know what? I got a little bit of a snippet of what happened.
Breathe, sir.
You got it, bestie. See you out there.
That's a wife. Love you out too. Feeling a little scared, and I'm hoping that I can get through this. That he's everything that I've expected and prayed for, and I hope that the experts did a good job. Not my husband.
Please stand.
I am very particular in what I like. And
if he's not the man that I was expected, I'll be disappointed.
So yes, us as fans will have to wait and see how it all unfolds when the show returns next week. I'm curious to find out if they find each other attractive. And more than likely, I could see him being that case. I don't know if she's going to be attracted to him, because it gave us a little bit of preview on whether or not she will kiss him or kiss him on the cheek, if or if not, if she's attracted. And look like next week episode, she kissed him on the cheek. But we got to stay tuned and find out how it all unfolds. Okay, so let's get the conversation started down in the comment section. What do you think about what happened at that Bachelor and Bachelorette party? Also, what do you think about our first couple that's getting married, Shaquille and Kirsten? Do you think that they're going to be excited when they finally see each other next week? So I hope you enjoyed this recap. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.